Okay, so I have a question for all of us. If you could have one superpower, you are the only person in the entire world that could have a superpower, and you only get one, what would it be? I'll go first. I would choose the superpower of, like, the Flash, where I could not necessarily, like, run really fast, but just manipulate the speed of my molecules to do whatever.
Just so you can walk through walls?
Like, walk through walls, run really fast, so, like, you can see the whole world, like, as fast or slow as you want it to. And then also, he can, and they've kind of addressed this in the New 52, about how, like, he can think really fast to where he could see every and all possibility of, like, if I do this, what are the what are every single possibility that could happen from what is the effect of my cause? So, like, he could think, like, kind of see
Wasn't
things
there a
out.
Nick Cage movie like that?
Next. Yeah.
Really? Except for, like, in the movie, Next, like, he could only see, like, 6 minutes or something in the future.
Yeah. I see. And that's, if you think about, like,
that's
they explain
that movie where Nick Cage plays a know-it-all.
I see.
But, they explain it as, like, it's not, like, huge, like, if I cross the road today, what's going to happen in 2 years? But it's, like, short-term, like, possibilities.
How's this going to work out?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, like, I would go with that one. Because I think that'd be fun.
Right, like, you would never, ever be late for anything ever again.
No.
Like,
hopefully.
Because you could literally be 2 places at the same time.
Yeah, I was going to say, doesn't the Flash Barry, he can time travel. Is he still able to do that without the treadmill? He can jump ahead.
They haven't really gone... No, yeah, they addressed the treadmill, kind of.
Oh, I just meant without the treadmill. Can he jump, like, 2 or 3 seconds? He's done it before. I didn't know if he's still
I would say so, in theory.
In the New 52. He can jump ahead a few seconds.
But
it's really tough without something to control what his power. That's interesting, though. Yeah.
I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, you want mine?
Yeah, let's hear what kind of superpower you got.
I texted mine to Jordan.
Ellen's is the best, actually. Everyone's going to hear it and immediately go like, oh, that is so much better than mine.
The ability to always be at a comfortable temperature.
So, like, are you regulating the temperature of your body or the temperature of your surroundings?
Yeah, I would. Well, that's the thing. Whenever I was thinking about it, I was thinking, aren't they the same thing? Like, wouldn't I be affecting...
It's perception.
No, I mean, if you were regulating your own body temperature, then everybody else stays at whatever temperature
we would still be in Antarctica, but for you might feel like...
right, and that's the thing, is that it's a really useful, in terms of...
So if you're the only person in the world that has a power, this is your power, right?
Because he doesn't like jackets.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, everybody wants to be
You think you look really good wearing shorts, but it's December, not a big deal.
You ever fall asleep and it just feels great, and then you wake up and you're covered in sweat? That would never happen to him.
Exactly.
Well, you see, the thing is for those of you who don't know, I only wear jeans. I never wear shorts because I have this theory that if you watch an action movie, the action star, whoever it is, Schwarzenegger, Van Damme, all over the place, they never wear shorts. So there's no way you can be an action hero in shorts, so I keep the pants. But if I could regulate my own body temperature, I would never be hot wearing my jeans.
It's true.
That's
not bad. Absolute ridiculous reason for only wearing pants.
I think it's the best.
Just in case I ever have to save my wife from a terrorist.
Well, he gave me
or there's a zombie outbreak. There's all kinds of... Every action movie you can think of.
I would totally want to wear shorts in Zombie Outbreak.
They don't do it, though.
I have to team up with a black guy and go around and disarm bombs.
Wearing...
He was Austrian or something. An Austrian terrorist or
sign in the middle of New York.
German.
All right.
What would you choose?
The highlight of the power is that in space you could function with just like a breather mask, and a skin tight suit. Think about the application.
Wow.
He sent this to me and then followed it with, Really think about it. Sleep on it.
Sleep on it. Get back to me. No. That's good. You could go in the depths of the ocean.
It was very clear that he had thought
so
it
you don't
through.
get crushed.
Like,
You couldn't go too far.
Right.
No matter how deep you got, the water wouldn't.
Right, the water wouldn't affect you. No, that's pretty decent. I would have to say one power. If I could only have one power, I was the only one who had it. I would pick telekinesis.
Telekinesis or telepathy?
No, I want telekinesis. I want to be able to move stuff.
Okay.
Move stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, because I could move myself, and that'd be flight.
Telekinesis.
I mean, have you seen Chronicle?
You what?
Chronicle. That movie with
Yeah.
I haven't seen that, but I really want to. I heard it was cool.
It's all right. Yeah.
Back in the 90s, I was a big fan of the Superboy character that DC developed, and that was his basic
tactile telekinesis,
right? But that's what got me going on the telekinesis, because he could fly and do all kinds of stuff. You know, he could stop bullets, all Keanu Reeves style in The Matrix.
That is a pretty good one.
Have you read the New 52 Superboy?
Yeah, but they call it telekinesis, but he's doing ridiculous stuff.
Well, there's
tactile
telekinesis, so technically, if he can feel it or touch it, he can have control over it.
Right, and learn all the information about something. I mean, he learned Kryptonian by touching Supergirl.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think
it's a cheap way to have all of the powers, but I would just want that basic telekinesis. You know, protect yourself from injury as long as you're aware of it. You know,
true.
You'd have a low level force field. You could stop things. You could pick up heavier things with simply your mind. I don't know.
You can lift yourself, right?
Yeah. Fly.
That's a fly.
Yeah, there's a lot of bases you can cover with that. That's actually really cool.
You know, and who doesn't want to do the Jedi mind trick and all that stuff?
But that's
true. Well, that's true. I meant the moving the objects with your mind, like Mallrats. Yeah. You know, because Kevin Smith was reaching for the tape, and then it magically flew into his hands, and Chase says, "Oh, the Jedi mind trick." That's where I was going with that. I don't mean these are not the droids you're looking for.
Okay.
Although that would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
you don't want to sell me death sticks.
I don't
want to go home and rethink my life.
Well, that would be cool. I would still stick with telekinesis over. If it's just one power, that would be it. Okay. What about you, Lawrence? You got any?
Mine was healing power. No matter what happens, you immediately heal from it.
Like Wolverine or Claire Bennett?
Like
it's Claire Bennett.
Claire
Bennett. It's Wolverine.
Because you wouldn't have the claws.
But you don't have claws or anything.
It doesn't matter. It's the same healing factor.
Yeah.
It's just
you just want to
Wolverine doesn't have that stupid weakness like Claire does.
What's her
where she gets stuck in the back of the head and
she
can't go.
Goes inanimate.
Oh.
That's kind of dumb. But you know what you could do with it is you could work out and your muscles would instantly recover. So you could also be super strong.
Yeah, you could.
Because you just work out all the time, and then repair any muscle damage.
You'd just be like, the strength of the perfect man.
You would bulk up quick. Oh, I like healing.
You could.
Wolverine's healing factor is so strong that it keeps him in peak physical condition.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just think it would be great. I mean, because you have the extended life,
right? Because it's going to keep you young.
Mm-hmm. And then you just can't be hurt. Basically, I mean, we were talking, but the only bad part, of course, is you would outlive all of your friends and family.
Yeah, mortality is.
But you could basically have two lifetimes.
Yeah, or more. I think Wolverine's pretty old. But what if you gave your family members your blood every day?
Right.
Or just that one girl, you just keep her.
Yeah, maybe. That might work. I mean, going on Heroes logic there.
Maybe.
Man, that show used to be so good.
Heroes was really good the first season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then there was season 2 was okay, and then the writer's strike. And then after that, it all went downhill.
It made me mad because they changed Peter. So what's his character?
Oh,
they changed his power from they changed his power from the best power ever
in that world. Not in our scenario,
right?
But, that best power, and then they changed it to just
now he kind of sucks.
Now you can only have one at a time, and you have to touch the person to get it.
Yeah, I didn't really like that. I think what happened was because Hero he gets robbed later on in the show too. I think that they made Peter and Hero so powerful they were stumped. So they were like, "What do we do with these two characters?
Yeah, what could possibly go up against these?
We've got to take away their powers." And
did he lose his powers completely?
Yeah, he lost them. He got him pulled away by Peter's dad. and then he got them back when he met Matt's son. Mm-hmm. So he got him back and started using them again. But then it was off and on. It kept
messing with him.
Then he developed a brain tumor from using his powers, which was ridiculous.
Stupid. Yeah. And I'm like, why doesn't Claire just give him some blood?
Well, they talked about it in the show about her dad, Noah, said that it would just accelerate the growth of the tumor because it was, I don't know, because that's how they wanted to do it on the show. Right.
because they decided it's too good to make things worse.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
If you heal, you would heal a tumor, I would think, but no, you make the tumor better with healing blood.
What would be your one power?
I would do invisibility.
Invisibility?
Classics for a reason. Hell yeah.
Okay.
The Invisible Man.
Pop in and out whenever I want to.
Okay.
Yeah, but basically Jordan has that same power with his, plus other benefits.
Yeah.
Do you know how long, though, he could, hang out in the girls' locker room, though?
I mean, like you always think the girls' locker room.
But
I mean, there can be so many dirty things that can be done.
Seriously, though. Yeah.
What happens is they put on deodorant, and I'm just like...
They're like, this is not what I'm
like, whatever, let's just do this. I've got to make it work.
We're not 13 anymore. Do we have to take it to that creepy place?
No, but I mean, as an espionage tool, I'd use it for that. Or,
that would be really cool.
Obviously, I would go to certain places and just whack it, but...
Telepathy would be a good one, too.
Yeah, telepathy would be awesome.
Yeah.
You could manipulate anyone's thinking.
But would you want to know what people are thinking?
See, that's what I wouldn't want. I wouldn't want to know. I'd like to be able to manipulate it, but I don't want to know.
You don't want to know what your friends are thinking. But
exactly.
If you were going to be a spy or something, that
or
would
if you were going to ask out that girl at the bar, you.
Yeah. Ooh, herpes.
Oh.
It'd be under control, right? You wouldn't have to read people's thoughts.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but the temptation would be there, though.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I think once you...
What am I getting for my birthday?
Yeah.
You know. Or like Matt Parkman in Heroes, he finds out his wife's cheating on him.
Yeah.
But he didn't really have control of it yet.
Yeah.
So there could be some downsides.
Yeah.
You can make anyone be your friend now. Anyone.
That could put you in some powerful places.
Yeah. You could convince everyone that you are a famous person you want to be. You could convince everyone in the world you are that person.
Maybe that is what Paris Hilton has.
Maybe that's your superpower.
Or Kim Kardashian. Yeah.
She got the one superpower on the planet, Paris Hilton.
Her one wish from a genie was to be a celebrity, and he couldn't figure out how she could be famous.
Yeah, he's like,
so he's just
how are we going to do this?
No, she's just famous.
She's famous.
No reason. She's famous because she's famous.
We're all like, why?
We still don't know. It's sad. All right, anything else on that subject?
Not really. I mean, I think we all kind of agreed upon the traditional superhero and villain secondary power of durability. About how, it doesn't matter if you have... It doesn't matter if you're matter eater boy. You can still take a beating.
Right.
So...
Right, yeah, durability's good.
Leave comments of what power you would want to have. And then...
Let us
explain
why.
Yeah, it'd be fun. It'd be a cool thing.
Maybe we'll do a show about it.
Yeah, I was say, if we hear a good one, we'll discuss it.
I mean, as serious or as silly as possible.
Yeah.